time.
Yeah, it was just right there. It just fell.
It just, what a coincidence. How did that happen?
All right. So, where's my notes?
Did your notes run
We've
away?
had you on Bleach Bangs once before.
I believe so, yes.
And you've got a lot of good stuff going on with Cold
I'm
Sweat.
a busy guy. Between Cold Sweat and the Fifth and everything else, busy
Yeah,
guy. Busy guy.
So let's talk the Fifth. That's the newest thing that you've got going on.
Yes.
So, Blind, Apple's new in rock playlist.
Yeah.
Way up there.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, I mean, I got to give a tip of the hat to Ron Kill and RFK Media. We were the first band signed to his label.
Yeah.
And no pressure there.
No
and
kidding.
and they've really stood behind us and supported us while we were finishing up writing the record. And Chris McClernand of Cold Sweat, Saigon Kick produced it. And we got to record at Sean Down's recording studio in Charleston, South Carolina. So, the record's going to be officially released on May the 2nd. And today I go to the RFK Media table and there's the CD. So I got to actually see it for the first time today. And it looks amazing. It's got the insert and everything. It's something that I'm a fan at heart. And I still want to purchase a product, or I want our fans to purchase a product when they spend their hard-earned money. I want them to open it up, and it's not just like one sleeve. We want their pictures. We want the liner notes. We want the.
Who are we thanking?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's like when I got to tour with Ronnie James Dio, and I got to be close with him. One thing that he taught me, and my father, who managed my first band, taught me as well: never forget the fans. The fans are the reason you're here. The fans are the one that buy your product.
Yeah.
And we want to give the fans their money's worth. So I'm super excited about this fifth record. I think it's the best material that I've ever personally been involved with.
Wow.
And lyrically and vocal performance-wise, I think it's the best stuff that I've done. And I really, really feel strongly about it. So it's getting, released when they released the single, and for us to see it on that Apple chart, it was like, whoa, you know what I mean? So, I'm hoping that this is the first step for bigger things for the band and also for RFK Media. So I'm excited about
That's amazing. Wonderful people to be backing you, man.
Oh, God,
Holy
man.
shit.
And you got to think about it. You can't ask for a better label president. I mean, because he's still a performer.
Yep.
He's still writing music. He's still out there playing shows. He knows what we are going through as an artist.
Yeah.
He's not like some executive sitting in an office somewhere that has never slept in a van and has never ate hobo food at a convenience store. You know what I mean? It's like Ron has been in the trenches for years, and he is still out there putting out music and performing. So he is truly it's an artist's label. And when we were writing this thing, Ron was never like, I need product. When's it going to be finished? You guys have got to hurry up. Ron stepped back, and he let us, I hate to use this word, it sounds so cliche, he let it organically come together.
Yeah.
He let us finish the writing. He let Chris work on the production because he knew that the stakes were really high on this one, and he wanted us to be 100% happy with it. And it's good to be with a label where you don't feel like there's a corporate boot on your neck.
Right.
Going, we need a single. It's got to be out by this time. And when's it coming out? You guys are taking too long. It was nice to kind of have the freedom to write it from our heart. And if it wasn't good enough, it didn't make the cut. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I like to coin an old Mark Ferrari term. The record is all killer, no filler. So there's 12 songs on it, and it's one of those CDs releases that people are going to be able to put in their car player and do a road trip and go, this is a good listen. It's a good listen, all the way beginning to end. So I'm very proud of it.
That's great. So, May 2nd, the new album,
Yep.
The Fifth.
Yes.
That's weird. May 2nd,
Yeah.
The Fifth.
Yes, right.
And Blind is out now, right?
Blind is out now, available for download on all streaming platforms.
And yeah, I saw that it was releasing on May 2nd, and then I thought I saw you with a live one, and I was like, I wonder if he's got those there.
Yeah, I was surprised. Trust me, today when I showed up, that was something that they kind of hid from me. They didn't let me know, but walking up to the table this morning and actually seeing it, and dude, it took 2 years for us to finish writing this, finish up the artwork, the photo shoot, the mixing, the mastering, just all of it.
Right.
To finally see it come to fruition, and you're sitting there, you're holding it in your hand, and you open it up, and I'm like, oh my God! Yeah. It's like it's the culmination of a lot of hard work that I'm very, very proud of.
Wow, that's great stuff. John, you look eager.
Hi, Roy. Good to see you
Hey, how's
again.
it going?
First of all, I'd like to say, tell Constance we wish her the best as well in life.
She's over here gossiping.
Nice. Perfect.
With Misty.
Somebody wanted to say hi to you. Say hi.
Constance, hi, how are you?
My much better half.
I want to touch base quickly because you have a Cold Sweat LP out there as well now.
Yes, yeah, we just got finished recently releasing Unburied Alive on vinyl, which is super cool. And there is a brand new song from Cold Sweat after almost 40 years. Yes, the old geezers can still write music. We're not just hanging on to the old stuff. It's called Loud and Forever, and I'm super excited about it because it kind of picks up where we were going before we got dropped by MCA. We were already planning on going on a little bit more of a Tesla-ish, a little bit more of a harder edge kind of hard rock sound. So this new song, Loud and Forever, kind of picks up where we would have left off with Breakout. So it feels good to put something new out, and it's cool, once again, going back to what I've always said, I'm a fan, and to be able to put something out on vinyl is just so cool. And I got the chance to hear it before I flew out to Nashville, and it sounds so good. I mean, it's just there's something about vinyl. There's just something about the audio quality of it, and I think that we lost track of that when digital became the norm. First it was the CDs, and then it was downloads. And yeah, it sounds great, but there's just something about putting that needle onto that vinyl and that sound that the vinyl kind of makes.
Sliding it out of that cardboard, and that smell comes out.
The smell comes out. It's very, I mean, it's hitting all of your senses, and there's just something really cool about that sound when the needle hits the vinyl, and then the music hits in. Oh man, it's really cool, very cool.
Right on. So we've got to talk about the Kiss Cruise since John is on here.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's supposed to be this one.
Yeah, now we're talking. Don't get me started on wrestling now.
So how did this come about, and what is the most, the craziest thing that happened while being on the Kiss Cruise?
The entire thing was quite surreal because I was literally just scrolling through Facebook, and an ad popped up and was...
And Gene wanted you to pay how much?
Yeah, right. An ad popped up and it said, does your band want to play on the Kiss Cruise? And I'm like, well, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I entered a contest, and it was a very simple one. All we had to do was upload our video,
Yeah.
and submit it. And we had just got finished releasing Shake Little Sister off of our previous EP. And if you have not seen the Shake Little Sister video, it's everything a Kiss fan would love. I mean, it's a rock band in a bar. We're doing shots. There's a stripper dancing on stage. There's groupies grabbing our bass player and taking him into the bathroom. You know what I mean? I mean, it was like literally everything that a Kiss fan or a rock fan would look for in a music video. And we submitted it, and we made it to the next round. It goes by rounds, and people are voting for it. And I'll never forget when I got the email that said that we won and that we were going to be on the ship. And I remember messaging the guys on Facebook Messenger, and I'm like, guys, question mark. And they're like, what? Question mark. I said, we won. And just couldn't believe it. We just could not believe it. But the biggest thing that means the most to me and us is we were voted on by the fans.
Yeah.
It was the fans, the people that were going to be on that boat. It was the fans of Kiss. It was the people that put us there. It wasn't a hierarchy. It wasn't because I knew somebody or somebody knew this or somebody knew that. It was the fans that put us there. And for me, that speaks volumes. That's really what it's all about.
Yeah.
And if you can get the fans, especially Kiss fans, because they're loyal as hell, man, and fanatical.
I want you up there with them.
Right. So if you like getting a tip of the hat from Kiss fans, and if you win them over the way that we won them over, you really feel like you've accomplished something. And it was an amazing experience.
Wow.
It was just a great experience, man. It really was.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So M3, you've been on M3 as well. Tell me about M3.
Well, as a kid from North Carolina and as an East Coast kid, M3 was always one of those big festivals that, wow.
Yeah, rocket on the side.
If I ever get to just go to it,
Yeah.
or one day maybe, I hope. So for us to get invited to play M3 is like almost like hallowed grounds. You know what I mean? You're getting to play this festival that's probably the biggest festival of that genre ever. And it's been going on for years. And to be able to get to play that, and you're playing with all these bands that are like, I mean, they're
Yeah.
yeah,
You got the albums and throwing it out.
it's all these guys that I've grew up being a fan and listening to their music and emulating in a certain extent, and wanting to be like them, and to be able to play shows with them and to play M3 was incredible. And what I love about Cold Sweat is we have no delusions of grandeur. We know that we came in at the tail end of the whole 80s hair metal thing.
Right.
We came in at the end when grunge was taking over, and we didn't reach the pinnacle of success that we could have and should have reached. So there were a lot of people on the M3 page on Facebook was like, who's Cold Sweat? Who are these guys? Who are these guys? But once we were finished, they were like, oh.
That's what a festival is for, right there.
Exactly. So it's like, we won over thousands and thousands of people that never knew who the hell we were. And they were all like, who is that singer? You know what I mean? And isn't that Mark Ferrari, the guy that was in Wayne's World? You know what I mean? So it's like, it's really cool to win people over, and win people over in an honest way with your performance and with your songs. And it was a really cool experience. I hope that we get to play it again. We won't do it this year. They normally skip a year, so I'm hoping that next year we'll be invited back. I really hope so.
That's amazing. I'm pretty sure you made a footprint out there. So.
Yeah, baby, we did. I stomped a mud hole.
I love it. Well, thank you so much.
My pleasure,
I
gentlemen.
appreciate you, and you've always been one of our favorites. So
Well, I
you're near and
appreciate you
dear to
guys,
us.
and like I always like to tell you guys, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, you guys doing these podcasts, you guys are keeping the genre alive, you're keeping the music alive. You guys know that regular radio stations treat rock bands like the redheaded stepchild,
Yep.
and it's great to have people like you. You get to take a passion that you have and share it with people, and you reach a lot of people, and you guys are the ones that are flying that rock and roll flag when the labels are just like they don't care. So hats off to you guys. Thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate you very much. From the bottom of my heart, from the Fifth and Cold Sweat, man, you guys, we appreciate the support, and we appreciate what you guys do to help keep this thing
May
going.
2nd.
May 2nd.
Can we pre-order?
Yes, you can. You
All
can
right.
pre-order it at rfkmedia.com.
There you go.
Thank you so much, Roy.
My pleasure, brother. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Appreciate you so much.
You bet.
Got me some shades, baby.
Got some.
Oh, got me some swag. Here, I'm doing one of these.
I don't even have any of those.
I think